Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. We hope you and yours are well. This week's episode is brought to you by
the Midtown
Merchants
Association.
I'm a big Midtown guy. Everybody knows it.
Yeah, they know it.
This week we have Stephen Worrel of Active Recovery Physical Therapy.
Active Recovery Physical Therapy.
It's not just physical therapy, though. They do all kinds of run gait analysis, biomechanical screening. So if you're getting in shape for the new year, maybe you're a little nervous, you have previous injuries, there's somebody you can check out. We're going to learn all about that later.
Yeah.
We want to remind you to like, subscribe, follow us on Spotify, leave a review on Apple Podcasts, check out our website, thehardystreetboys.com, for merch, t-shirts, hats, coffee mugs, all kinds of stuff, and subscribe on Patreon. What is Patreon, Jamie?
What is Patreon? It is a way that we can put out content. You can get behind-the-scenes footage, early access to our show, all kinds of cool stuff, things that you might not get regularly on YouTube or Spotify.
Yeah, there's no other way you can find them. It's on our Patreon. It's $3 a month. You get early access to every episode. $5 a month, our behind-the-scenes outtakes, how we write songs, all kinds of wild stuff. And we might even be starting something new, Hardest Street Boys After Dark. Keep your eyes peeled for that, but I think it's time to get the show started.
Let's go.
The Hardest Street Boys, Hardest Street Boys, Hardest Street Boys, it's the Hardest Street Boys.
Like and subscribe.
What should people do?
Send us a question
How?
as a video
With what?
with their camera phone. They can make like a 10 to 30 second video asking us anything.
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 And they just pose a question.
They don't even have to pose.
Ask the Hardest Street Boys today.
Question the Hardy Street Boys.
Make us sweat. Send us your questions to thehardystreetboys@gmail.com. We want to hear from you, and we want to put you in the show. So you'll show up right here, right about where those coffee mugs are, asking us a question, literally anything you want to know from the Hardy Street Boys. It should be a good time.
Pose your questions now.
Street Boys today.
Well, Massive, how was your New Year's?
It was pleasant, man. I got to play some music at downtown's Midnight in Front Street. Got to see the sign drop and all. It was such a great time. The Pine Belt Pickers played, or an abbreviated version. Galen Martin, Kyle Bowman, and myself played for about an hour, and then we were followed by the Stooges brass band, and they were awesome. And then DJ Cujo kind of brought us into the new year.
Yeah.
So a good time was had. There was fireworks. There was a good crowd of people. It was a great time. Downtown was rocking and rolling. So, yeah. How about you? What did you get into on New Year's?
Well, I played a private party with my buddies John Causey, Cody Ruth, Tyler Kemp, and Clinton. Yeah, and I saw all the pictures, man. Downtown looked like it was happening.
It was a happening
It looked
spot.
like an actual
Yeah,
city.
you missed a little bit. You know?
I had serious FOMO, but there's really only one thing that will get me to miss all that, and that was getting to play music with John and Cody and Tyler. And it was cool, man. I love playing with that group. John Causey's a great musician and singer, and they're just great guys. You know, it's always cool to like catch up with them and see what everybody's doing, because everybody's, except for me, everybody's married with kids or kids on the way, and so we don't really get to hang out as much. So it was really special. It wasn't as crazy of a evening. It was a little less people than what you were probably dealing with.
Yeah, but always good to see your homies, hang out, even if you're just playing music. I mean, just great hanging. You know?
Well, and it's one of those things too, like events like that. As a musician, you're kind of working where everybody else is off work and just letting their hair down, and it is kind of hard to explain sometimes. Like, what, you're working New Year's? I'm like, yeah. I should be working New Year's. You know, if I'm doing it right. So, yeah, man, it was cool. I did hate I missed it. It looked like it was a good time.
Good times?
DJ Cujo, man, is always a good time.
Last week's guest, Jesse Johnson, was on the scene, took some photos. It was pretty cool. I'm sure you saw some of his shots.
Yeah, we want to say happy anniversary to him and Paulina.
Yeah.
That's they got married, at that event 2 years ago? 2, 3. So that's really cool. Man, his photos, that was such a fun episode getting to talk to him about. Because, he's always behind the camera, so for him to, like, step in front of it and, like, give us a kind of an inside scoop as to how he puts out such quality work, I thought was really cool. I really enjoyed getting to sit and talk with him.
Oh, yeah.
On the show, for sure. But yeah, so New Year's, got to hang out. It's cool kind of having New Year's Eve on a Friday because then Saturday, just do whatever.
Yeah,
do whatever you want.
Did you get one of those happy plates? Did you get some like black eyed peas or any type of turnip greens or cabbage?
I never do that, honestly. I'm kind of boring in that respect. But I did go up to the Keg and hung out up there for a little while, watched some college football.
Yeah, lots of good college football games on.
Yeah, Sugar Bowl was a little bit of a letdown with the Corral going down, Ole Miss quarterback.
That was tough, man.
But yeah, I had a good time, and then Sunday we actually got to go to the Hog for brunch.
Yeah, Mahogany Bar.
Man,
good times.
That was a good time. I like that the weather cooled off a little.
Yeah,
it's been
here we go again, sweater weather.
Dude, it's been musty outside.
Yeah.
Like, it's been gross.
Oh, yeah.
So it's nice to have the cool weather. Actually sat outside under one of the heaters.
Yeah, it's nice that they have heaters out there.
Dude, it's super nice.
Had you had a mimosa, a little Bloody Mary action.
You had a Bloody Mary. And then I haven't eaten brunch there much. I usually go, like, lunch or dinner menu. And I got the breakfast burger.
Yeah.
So, like, big old patty with like cheese and like caramelized onions, bacon, lots of bacon.
Look at you.
And I'm going to need a nap later for sure.
I understand.
So it was good. What'd you have?
I had a chilled chicken sandwich. Or it was a salad. I had a salad. I had like I think they call it the grill and chill. It's a nice little chicken salad. It's got all the fixings.
Yeah. You went healthy. New Year's resolution.
I'm trying, man. Yeah. It's I feel like I've been struggling, man. Like it's a roller coaster ride. I'm trying to live it up, but last month I was eating way too many sweets, and I'm just being real with you.
Well, you're not alone, and especially as we go into January, a lot of people get that seasonal affective, disorder, where they feel bummed out, and a lot of it's from the festive December. We had an amazing December, like going to events, eating great food, great drinks. So this is like, I do kind of feel like in January, at least the first week, you do kind of pay for it a little.
Yeah, I think like, it's actually kind of cool that we're going to have Stephen Worrel on because I'd love to talk to him about possibly getting into physically better shape. I know he's just a physical therapist, but he can help me with my running because it's something I'm not much of a runner anyway. But like if maybe I can find out how to run safer and better because I have big old knees, man.
Well, and then if you've had any prior injuries, especially when you're young and still growing,
definitely.
There's a lot of people in the same boat as you too. But yeah, they do. I've actually done that. He does a run gait analysis where you run on the treadmill in slow mo and he films it.
Yeah,
and shows like all the imbalances and stuff. Like I didn't used to run with my left arm after I had shoulder surgery.
Yeah,
so it changed like how my whole body moved, and it was messing with my hip and back. So
that's interesting.
He is a incredible resource for the Pine Belt, and like super well versed in what he does.
Yeah, and a nice guy. And from what I understand, he's a pretty good. He makes a pretty good chili.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a chili. Yeah, how many times they won the chili cook-offs?
They've done an elite. They've showed up at the chili cook-off before. They've made the podium.
Yeah, the Smoking Bowls team is. Yeah, they're legit. So all around great guy, family man, downtown guy. So and then with a midtown business like Mr. Hattiesburg. So real excited to have him on.
Yeah, I guess we should just bring him on.
Yeah, enough. We're just talking about it. Let's just get the guy on the show.
All right, cool.
After this, Stephen Worrel of Active Recovery. Do you hear that? Is that
my voice?
That must mean it's time for another massive giveaway. What are you giving away this month, Massive?
This month we're giving away a $50 gift card that's redeemable at Crescent City Grill, Mahogany Bar, or El Rayo.
Man, that's a three.
You take your pick. You could maybe try all three.
Man, that's
the $50 gift card. Live it up. Do you.
Do what you want.
Yeah.
We're not here to tell you what to do.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're not.
Well, we are going to tell you what to do here. We'll post on social media. We want you to like, share,
and comment.
And you got to
tag some friends.
How many?
3. Let's say 3.
Yeah. Or just share. Put it in your story.
No, tag your friends. Seriously. Tag them.
And then if you win, you get the $50 gift card. You also get to make a celebratory video that'll go in the show at the end of the month. So check that out. That's on all our social media platforms, which is really just Instagram and Facebook. And you could win Massive J's giveaway.
Yeah, $50 gift card. It's up for grabs.
Let's go.
Stephen Worrel, active recovery. Stephen Worrel, active recovery.
Thanks, Jamie. Dude, so we're now downloaded into the Matrix with Stephen Worrel of Active Recovery. How you doing, Stephen?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Man, I'm excited to have you on here because I've been knowing you for a minute now. We actually played soccer together at Hattiesburg High and old Sacred Heart days and just go way back. But what I want to know about is your business, Active Recovery, right? Physical therapist, but you do some different kinds of things. So what was the motivation behind starting Active Recovery as its own clinic?
Well, I guess as I was kind of figuring out that I wanted to do physical therapy, an outpatient clinic was always on my mind. Right. And so my goals were to, one, graduate PT school, right, and do my residency fellowship, and then move back and have a practice. And so that's kind of been my goal from day one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really cool spot right in Midtown. You know, you're part of the Midtown Merchants Association. We're big Midtown guys. Everybody knows it.
Everyone knows it.
You know it.
They know it.
They know it. Everyone knows it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Is that getting old yet?
No.
We're going to keep doing
Everyone knows it.
But yeah, so physical therapy, what do you I've actually been one of your patients. But what do you see most people for when people come into your clinic? Is it people recovering from surgery, or is it pre-surgery? Or because when I think of physical therapy, I think of I had an operation, and so I have a certain amount of visits to get better after an operation. Is that who you see most of the time, or?
We really get all kinds, and so I definitely get a good bit of post-ops, whether that's shoulders or ACL or whatever it may be, but I also get a lot of spine, right? Mm-hmm. So low back pain is one of the most common things. So I see a lot of spine. Background for me being having gone through a fellowship, you get a lot of spine. So I tend to bring a lot of that in, and so I might see somebody that's balance and fall risk all the way down to sports injury. So
right. Well, and what I'm kind of cheating here. I'm getting at the active recovery thing. I actually saw you before getting surgery, and it actually kept me from getting surgery on my hip, and had the low back thing too. I feel like that's like the scourge of modern life is a lot of back pain because of sitting. What would you say to people who have a 9-to-5 at a desk? How can they improve their back pain or avoid some of those issues?
Yeah, well, I guess it's in the name. Just stay as active as you can, because I get a lot of people that are at a desk all day. Mm-hmm. And one of the best things I say, people don't like to stop when they're on a 2-3 hour kind of binge, and it's just something as simple as getting up and just moving for just a minute or two, kind of let the muscles reset, move a little bit, and then just be aware of we always talk about posture. Just kind of sit up tall and try to move a little bit.
Right. And you also have, this was something else I really liked, you do like run gait analysis.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, because it felt like being like the $6 million man. It was so much fun getting to do that.
Yeah, that is that's one of the passions of mine. I like dealing with runners, and so with the running gait analysis, what that really is it's a 2-hour breakdown, and the first hour is just me looking at how do you move, right? What's your function and your strength and your mobility. In the second hour, we put you on the treadmill, we watch you run and kind of break it down on video. And so the main goal is just trying to take how you move day to day, and then why that makes sense with your running. Mm-hmm. And is there a way to improve that to avoid an injury or make you more efficient, or any number of things that people are looking to do with their running.
Right. What do you think is the most common I guess how you say mistake or issue that causes pain for runners? Because running is one of those things everybody figures, I know how to do that. Right. But like that was what was so weird about it, watching it in slow motion. You're going like, man, this step is off, or you're. For me, it was the arm. I didn't realize, I wasn't using my left arm or whatever. So what's the most common mistake you see?
I'd say the biggest thing that I deal with or that I see on most people is that they're overstriding. So it's that heel strike everybody hears about. So, the further you land out in front, the harder it is that you're impacting the ground. And so that increases your risk for injuries. And so I'm trying to reteach you how to get a better stride, landing and then pushing off, and so you're not having to absorb so much force from landing and hitting the ground.
Right. Well, and one thing too, I never thought of this. It's funny, like being a drummer, you had said like, man, run to a metronome, because your tempo of how fast your feet are moving is it matters. You know, it's a big deal.
It does.
I never would have thought about that.
Yeah, and everybody's cue's a little different. I'd say most people will respond to that metronome because, you know, it keeps you on beat. And so I try to find something that they can make sense of and keep them on a rhythm.
How fast are you supposed to go with your feet, like beats per minute?
So ideal is 180 when you're at around a 10-minute mile or less. I would say that 180 is a big jump for most of the people that I see. So I'll like count the number of steps, and you might be at 160. Mm-hmm. Going from 160 to 180 is huge. And so we'll start with like 10% and say, okay, let's make this jump up to 170, 172, and then we'll build on that.
Well, what's cool too is you have numbers to where you can really gauge your progress. You know, so you know this week I can get to 170. Maybe next week I can get to 172 and feel. So it's cool that you have that kind of methodology where people can see. I'm not just guessing how much I've progressed.
Right.
Know?
Yeah, and then you'll notice a difference. It feels a little weird at first, but you can definitely tell, like, you know, especially when pain's like an immediate thing with running. When somebody, you switch that up and they're like, yeah, it doesn't hurt anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it is the heel strike. You tend to stretch out, and so that's really cool, man. I think, well, and that's something too that you offer. That's, you don't have to be like a patient. Like you can book that, right?
Yeah, so I call that one of my cash pay services. So I don't have to have a referral for that from the doctor. You can just give me a call and we'll find a time slot. And you know, it's really all runners. It's not, you know, I have ultra marathoners that have come through, and I've had somebody doing their first 5K, and so there's really not a specific level. It's good for pretty much anybody.
Well, I think it's important as we're starting the new year, people getting their New Year's resolution. They want to get fit. They want to get moving. If maybe you haven't run before, especially people who haven't run before, I think that's a worthwhile investment so that you're not, because if you do have a flaw, you're just going to aggravate whatever already hurts, you know, and then
And I get a lot of those. I get people that they just want to know more about their running. They haven't really run, and so they're trying to do more, or they always hit a certain mileage and they get hurt, and so they want to know why that is. And so, you know, fortunately, we're able to help them out a lot of times.
Right. Well, and you're a runner yourself, so it's not just like you're telling people what to do. You live this.
Well, I try to. You know, after 3 kids, running comes at a premium, usually very early in the mornings. But I do like to run, and you know, speaking of New Year's, I'm about to kick it up. Right, you got to get those days back in.
Yeah, man. Well, how many kids you got now?
3.
11? 3. Yeah. 11. Yeah, man, you got the whole...
now. I think 3's a good round number for me. I think we're good.
Man, well, you and Kayla are downtown celebrities. What's it like having kids and having your own business in town and having a midtown business, but also like living downtown?
It's good, you know. We're definitely downtown. I've grown up downtown in Oaks District, and now we live in a historic neighborhood, and so... you know, having the kids and the business is good. You know, they think my clinic's a playground, and so, you know, it's fun to have them in there, at least for short periods of time, and then I have to clean everything up before they hurt somebody or hurt themselves. So.
Yeah, man, it's you got like what time you get up in the morning to run, right?
Well, it depends on the day, but usually I'd say 5 on average. There's a couple of mornings, you know, Kayla likes to work out, and she does her outdoor class, and that's at 6. So if I go out before her, I got to be out and back before 6. So you know, we keep somebody at the house with the kids, right? You know,
does that make you run faster knowing you got to get back?
Depends on how late I am.
Yeah. Jamie, you ever run at 5 in the morning?
I probably have at least once.
I'm pretty confident I've never run at 5
very
in the
early.
morning. That's impressive.
I can scoop you up.
Yeah,
you know, I
hit
can
me
just
up.
Cruise right by your house.
Exactly,
bro. Yeah,
that might actually. I need a running buddy, an accountability buddy.
Massive J.
There we go.
Let's go.
Yeah,
yeah.
Throw some acorns at my window.
Yeah. Get a radio, hold it up.
Yeah, exactly.
John Cusack. Oh my gosh, dude, that's hilarious. Well, man, that's really cool, dude. It's really cool to see what you're doing. You know, out on your own and making moves, man. And the other thing too, like at the Hattiesburg Half Marathon, you're always out there. There's ways people can get involved with. I think especially after the past 2 years we've had, I really want people to get active. You know, I mean, that's what's really
absolutely.
hurting our country is we just got to stay fit. And I think you're a incredibly unique and valuable resource for this area, especially if you're not sure about fitness. To like kind of, I mean, have you ever done like assessments? This is off script too. Have you ever done assessments with somebody like, I don't know what to do, I got injuries, what do I do moving forward?
I have, and so I've done some kind of offshoots of the running gait analysis for different things. Like I had a guy that was doing jiu-jitsu and saying, hey, I have these things, but he didn't have an active injury. And so I said, well, I can maybe modify the biomechanical screen, to see how you move. And I've done that. And I've had somebody says, I don't really run, but I'm walking and I'm having issues. So we've done it there. My other PT, Lauren, she is strength conditioning certified, and she does a lot of functional movement screens for lifters. So looking at, people that are lifting on their own or doing CrossFit or other styles like that, that also doesn't have to have a doctor's referral if we're just looking at you and how you move.
Right. Well, and I think people think physical therapists, I need a prescription, and like they need to realize that it's more than that.
Right. We have other services. So
right. Yeah, that's cool.
It's fun too.
Well, we're just, this show is basically just a way to get Jamie into CrossFit with me. And so, like, if Jamie wanted to show up to your clinic, you could do a screen, especially people like that are nervous about something like that.
Yeah,
something
for sure.
intense. And jiu-jitsu is a very physical.
And I've had my share of leg injuries growing up. I played a lot of soccer and a little bit of football in junior high school, but played soccer and had quite a little injury my senior year in high school. So, there's a little bit of history there that, probably need to take it a little slow.
Yeah.
And things I need to watch out for.
Well, yeah, especially people who, if you've played sports, I have lots of friends with knee issues. I imagine you probably see a lot of soccer-related knee injuries.
Knee injuries are up there. Like I said, you kind of low back, knee, those are two if I were to take all the stuff that I see and put those two together, that's probably 50% or so of what I'm seeing day to day.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think I want to learn more about like what active recovery offers, but I think it's fun if we actually play a game. You down for this?
Sure.
So we took some pictures of Jamie stretching. This is called, hey, is this a stretch?
Is this a stretch?
I guess we could classify this as maybe a lunge stretch. There's a few things we could tweak to make it, more effective to really catch, different muscle groups besides maybe the groin, the adductor muscles there. We could tweak your foot and get your calf in there a little more.
Okay.
So your back foot, if you turn your back foot in, it would be more of a... Yeah.
But, I mean, you look good.
Thank you. For our listeners, we're looking at pictures of me stretching.
Yeah.
Or so.
It's not weird, all right?
I'm stretching something, I'm sure, but possibly just my pants.
What were you thinking of? I like your face in this. What were you thinking of during this stretch? What was your motivation?
I don't even know.
I feel like it says, I have arrived.
Yeah, here I am.
I'm here. I'm Massive J. All right, what about this one?
Yeah, am I stretching here?
I would say yes. You got a good quad stretch going.
That's before a run? Before you play tennis, too?
Yeah, I definitely want to stretch before I do a lot of things, but tennis is one of the things you gotta make sure your legs are pretty stretched, because I could cramp up pretty easily. So
Gotta be loose, limber, man.
Yeah.
Now, is that something too that would help? We talked about knee injuries, like making sure the quad is stretched and limber. Like, do you see a lot of that with flexibility and mobility?
Mobility and flexibility are definitely key for injury. Kind of the way you move or warm up is important, prior to, say, tennis. So yeah, you want to be nice and mobile before you go out and hit it hard.
Yeah, I like this. You look focused here.
Yeah.
That's very intense.
Very focused.
You're very driven.
That's probably a pretty good stretch for you. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
You look like
stretch.
You look like you're looking towards the future.
Onward.
All right. What about
This is like chopping wood or something. I don't know. What do you call this?
Backing it up.
Is this a stretch? Yeah. Quite almost like twerking.
This is like a split hamstring, kind of.
Yeah.
Maybe work it into a low back stretch, possibly.
That's I know what Jamie was thinking right there. It's your birthday.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a dump truck.
Yeah.
Back it up.
Yeah. I'll go with that.
Yeah. He's flexing. All right.
Yeah.
All right. This one. Wait. Are you even stretching?
Yeah.
Here?
I'm. There's something going on here. What do you think?
I don't know about a stretch. maybe like a glute squeeze or
Yes.
like a Kegel or something.
Exactly that.
We could get you into, see Mary Morgan, our pelvic health specialist. She could probably hook you up with some moves for that.
So tell me more about this. Y'all have a pelvic
health. So yes, Mary Morgan East. She's relatively new, started last May, but she does, male, female, so many things that I don't even know about as far as pelvic floor dysfunction, or low back and pelvic issues, and so that's something we're growing as we work into the new year.
That's awesome. I need to check that out.
Well, that's something not a lot of people you hear talk about too. So
right,
your pelvis.
I mean,
and we're trying to put a lot of content out. I'm hoping 2022 we kind of push out a good bit more stuff because it is very specialized, but also very needed. And so, I think she can hook you up.
Cool. Yeah, working the glutes.
Yeah.
Doing some Kegels.
Nice.
Yeah, focused. That face, bro.
Intense.
That's right.
Bro, that's your profile picture right
Think
there.
so?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, especially with the context of everyone knowing what you're actually doing, for sure.
It's not embarrassing at all.
Oh, yeah.
What we used to call this back in soccer, like the butterfly stretch there.
Yeah, so what muscle group are you working there?
I'd say it's kind of a journey. Definitely getting inside, kind of the adductors that run on the inside of your groin there, getting a little bit of the hips, external rotators outside of the hip. So probably a little bit of everything on that.
Yeah.
He tried to fly away after this, too.
I did. I'm a social butterfly.
Let it flat, man.
Everyone knows it.
Everyone knows it.
Ooh, I like this one. This is the Costanza.
Yeah, you got a few things going on here, right? So, left leg looks like you're getting kind of hip flexors, and right leg you're going down, getting kind of the backside of the hip, piriformis and glute med, some of those. So that's a good one. Good static hold.
Thank you. I haven't stretched like that, one stretch right there, in quite some time, and I need to do that more often. I could feel it.
You hear a lot of pops?
No,
Some
but
snaps.
it was more like pop, pop. Yeah, it was the stitching in my pants. That's what
It
I heard.
happens. It's happened to me.
Well, like you talk about like the piriformis and like your IT band too, especially playing tennis, like lateral movement, pushing off your foot.
Yeah.
I imagine that's something that gets really, I know mine's always really like just really gnarly. But yeah, man, you look really happy. You look peaceful here, man.
I feel good there.
This
I
is
think
like,
that's
Like a yoga pose.
you look,
Yeah.
you look, that's peak Massive J. I feel
Yeah.
like you look confident, man.
thank you.
That's a power move.
It is a power move.
I like that.
Power stance.
I thought that was like blue steel coming in behind it.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. No, we'll go back. We'll go back.
Well,
We'll go
I mean,
back.
just-
Oh yeah.
Was it
Oh,
like
that's
a different
spin.
facial expression?
That's
Yeah.
power move.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I've jumped
Yeah,
the gun.
maybe that's my
I don't know. I just caught
New
my
cover
eye.
photo
As soon
for
as
sure.
you flip through it,
Bro, you can't lie, man. It's just you feel how you feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone knows it.
we got like a 1980s kind of aerobics class type stretch.
Yeah.
Catching the lateral
Yeah.
aspect, a little bit of shoulder.
It's like the
getting
Olivia
your ribs, you
Newton-John.
can breathe into it. Yeah.
Getting physical.
Jamie's a
Yes.
big jazzercise guy.
Huge.
Hey,
He's got his step
as long
up.
as you're active.
That's what you got to do.
You don't know how many pastel bodysuits this guy has. It's insane.
I did used to watch Sit and Be Fit. That was a show, if you remember.
I'm pretty sure it's
Where
still, it's still on somewhere.
It's sitting while stretching in a chair.
On
So,
PBS, right?
Yeah,
It's
I
on
love
Channel
it.
9 going
Yeah.
on.
yeah,
People need to be, even if you have to sit down, it's fine.
Yeah.
You
just
know?
move.
Yeah.
What's that? What is that stretching?
It looks very zen. I think that's, either some breathing, or just kind of relaxation.
Yeah, I was thinking he might be doing like people who typing a lot might be working out like the
Like the carpal tunnel stuff, like a prayer pose.
I feel like you might see a lot of that too. I know it's not like an injury that people think they need to go seek treatment for, but it's overuse. Everybody's on a computer. Everybody's on a phone.
Yeah. I have a couple of kind of carpal tunnel like cases right now. Again, I get linked into the spine a lot with that, so I'm always treating kind of spine down into that. But yeah, for sure, you can definitely help with carpal tunnel or all those.
And I didn't realize how much of the spine in the neck and like the thoracic spine, how much like lower back pain that can cause. So even if you have pain, you might have pain somewhere like really like distal, but it's a lot of times because of posture. It's something I never would have thought about that if I hadn't seen you.
Yeah, so nervous system's all kind of It's all one hose, and if it's just getting hung up somewhere, it can create problems downstream. So whether it's up here, it can be down your fingers, or if it's your back, down your foot, or if it just nerves got to move and breathe and stretch just like muscles do, and so if it gets hung up, it doesn't like it.
Yeah. All right. Last one. Oh, whoa! How did that get there? What are we stretching there, Jamie?
What is that? Is that just stretching your ego?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good shot.
Well, there's not functional at all. Well, Stephen, man, we want to thank you for being on the show, taking the time.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me.
We know you're a busy man, but people can follow Active Recovery online. All the links in the description below. Follow you on social media.
Yeah,
What's the easiest way to book some of these assessments we talked about?
So you can just give the clinic a call, or we have like our admin email on the website. And so either way, they're all linked in to me. So I pretty much get that 24/7. So just reach out anytime and we'll get you hooked up.
All right, cool. And that's for booking appointments, not emailing you pictures of cats that we found.
We'll take anything, but you see the emails that I get.
All right. I'm sure. Now that I know it's a direct line to you, like just cat pictures. Jamie, can you play us out?
Yes. One moment. Here we go.
Active Recovery, Stephen Worrel. Active Recovery, Stephen Worrel. He's coming, he's doing physical activities. You might need to book his services.
Yeah.
Active Recovery.
Doesn't have to rhyme to get the point
Exactly.
across,
Get the point across.
Bro.
Go see him. Get your run gait. And talk about your pelvis. Talk about how you're stretching and all your ailments.
Yeah. Bro, thanks so much, man.